So Marco Fu 1, Neil Robertson 0. Here at the Australian Goldfields Open. First to 9 to become champion. Mentioned Fu's won 1 ranking title, but he's also been runner-up in the UK Championship and the Masters, and a semi-finalist at the World Championship. Neil Robertson looking to become the first player for 10 years. 10 years to win back-to-back ranking titles in the same season. Ronnie O'Sullivan was the last to do it in the same season. That was 2003 European Open and Irish Masters. So it just shows you the way the titles have been shared round since.
Yes, and how tough the game is.
Great story though, isn't it, for Robertson? You know, he left this very country when he was a young man with £500 in his pocket to turn professional. He's come back here this year as world number 1.
Yeah, what a great achievement that is. That's a poor safety shot though from Marco Fu. Tried to get that cue ball dead on the cushion behind the black. Just shows you how far out he was with his safety there. A half chance then for Neil Robertson. Nice pot. And he's left a nice angle on the black to go into them. He could play for the loose red, but while he's got the angle, he may choose to go into them. Didn't quite catch them full enough. The arc on the cue ball just didn't turn soon enough. Caught them too thin. And no easy red to play for. He can go for the red to the left corner, but the cue ball's going into the pack of reds, so wouldn't expect him to go for that. Great crowd in here. Look at that for a picture.
Neil Robertson, 8.
Good cue ball. And that's where you need to get the cue ball to put your opponent under pressure. Yeah, good pace again. This time you can see the edge of the pack on the right side. Just got to be careful not to catch it too thick. really is nice to see the Australian crowd there supporting both players. Good safety there from Marco Fu, appreciated by the audience. They have to try and swerve this a little. Well, he did the same in the last frame. Opened the pack of reds, playing the safety shot thick, and he's done it again. And he's put a lot of pressure on Marco Fu now. Look at the reds. Tap on the table. He was forced into taking one on in the last frame. Took it on and missed it. And he did leave Robertson a chance. Made 6 from it. In the scheme of things, that's not too bad. If he takes the red along the cushion, difficult to get out for the black. Too straight, that red along the cushion. Thought he'd hit that a little slow, Neil Robertson, but he's managed to cover the reds on the left side. And again, he may be forced into taking this long red onto the right corner. Ultra thin red here. He's got to nearly miss the ball here. Oh, that's an excellent safety. Good shot. Doesn't get any better than this. Caught it a little thick. Surely he'll take this red on. He's got the cue power to screw that white ball back towards Bork. Well, he wasn't anywhere near the pot, unfortunately, for Marco Fu. I think he's left the red on to the right centre.
Yeah, I think when it comes to both break building and safety, these two are about level, but the one department where I think you'd have to say Robertson would be in front is long potting. It's not to say Fu can't knock them in, he can, but maybe not as regularly as Robertson does.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that as well. Terrific long ball potter. Not scared of going for them. Well, gave that one plenty of thought. He knew how important that ball was. That's got him in amongst the reds now.
6.
Well, he is the reason this tournament is on. He won the World Championship 2010 and coincided with Barry Hearn taking over World Snooker, and almost immediately he had meetings with Australian representatives, and a year later this tournament began. 2011, won by Stuart Bingham, and then last year by Barry Hawkins. And of course both those two players went from strength to strength after that. Barry, runner-up at the Crucible a couple of months back. Just shows you what confidence can do. But they've all got this man to thank, because he's the reason the Australian Open is on at all.
Yeah, couldn't hold for the black. Pink and blue, not available to the right middle. Well, he missed a shot like this in the last frame.
10.
Red to the left corner. Missed it on the right angle as well, looking at it. But not this time.
11.
That was an excellent positional shot. And pot. Dearly like to get onto the black.
Yes, the thing is, he knows he's playing well, doesn't he? He's not come here looking for form. He's come here in some of the best form of his life. I think just a little bit of edginess in the first frame, but that's understandable wherever you're playing.
$60.
Well, the black must pass the reds into the left corner, and that's a bonus. He's in amongst them now.
70.
It's funny you're saying about how fair the crowd are, which is absolutely right. One of Neil's first big TB matches in his career was at Wembley, 2004. He qualified for the Masters at the old Wembley Conference Centre, and he drew Jimmy White, a Londoner. Well, you can imagine how fair the crowd were there. He said himself that he never experienced anything like it, but of course you learn from those sort of experiences. Because that was a bear pit,
24.
that place. Particularly if you're up against Jimmy. Of course, he's since won the Masters when it moved to Alexandra Palace.
Now, may well play the cannon to the red, directly above the red here. It doesn't need to. And again, it's all about choice, this.
$33.
Decided to play the cannon.
can now put this frame away in one visit, then he's involved in the match, he's arrived in the match.
.41.
Grew up in Melbourne, where his father ran a snooker club. That's where he started playing.
.48.
One of the reasons snooker had dried up a little bit in Australia before he came along was because Eddie Charlton, the great player of the 70s and 80s, had by then retired. He's sadly now no longer with us.
49, yeah.
But you do need these figureheads. We've seen it with Ding in China, with his success.
Yeah, James Watanabe was another one in Thailand. But what a great ambassador for the game this guy is. Great attacking style. Yes, and that was a difficult shot, made to look easy.
56.
Appreciated again by the crowd. Still needs another colour off of this red.
57.
Got a great attitude, is relentlessly cheerful, always positive. Even when things go wrong, he tries to make it into a positive. And it looks like it's drawn level here.
Yes, and done it in style. Funnily enough, it was the poor safety that gave Marco Fu a chance at that long red, which he missed.
64.
And some distance.
Well, in terms of ranking titles, he's the most successful player from outside the
71.
UK. He's won 8. Of course, the latest was a couple of weeks back at the Wuxi Classic.
72.
But I'm sure he's not going to be on 8 for that long. I'm sure there's plenty more to come. Marco Fu will be hoping not today, of course.
$77. 78.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm sure the crowd are hoping to see a century, but the main thing is they've seen Neil Robertson win his first frame with that break of 78. He draws level with Marco Fu. It's one frame all.